Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be looking at some of the stuff that I bought from Sephora during the Christmas time, so kind of the Boxing Day sale. Not everything was a sale item. Some of them I was just like, let's click. So I think like kind of being a crazy person, I check Sephora daily, multiple times a day, and I was able to pick up one of their favorites, right? So I was able to pick up this favorite item, so I'm kind of excited. So I got this really because it had that lip mask that I talked about in a previous video. I was like, I don't know if I talked about this yet, but obviously not, because I can't get into it. But I find like now is the time where they kind of go through their inventory of like, okay, what do we have to get rid of? Because it's kind of close to that year end and whatnot. So they'll kind of be like, oh, we still have some of these things. So it's good to kind of check out, search their favorites. I think just Sephora favorites are generally worthwhile. Sometimes they have repeats of products, which isn't the best, right? But it's a cute kind of pink box. So inside you get a Saturday Skin sheet mask. So this is a brightening mask that I will try out at a later time. You get an eye mask, and like, ooh, it has retinol in it, so that's kind of interesting. And it's like wrinkle resistant 24, right? Smoothing. It does just kind of feel weird. It kind of feels like I'm missing a mask inside, not gonna lie. So I'm hoping there's a mask in there, because I really don't feel anything, and normally you should kind of. Oh no. And like that kind of sucks when something in the kits isn't available, or like damaged, because you have to return the whole kit, which kind of sucks. So you're like, and if it's not available anymore, then you're out of luck. So I got the Boscia, their exfoliating peel. So now I have to make like some, like I get multiples of products where I'm like, what have I done a video on? What haven't I? Because I'm trying to go through of everything that I have just to kind of test out, to say what's good, what's not, try and save you money. More Pacific, so their cream. And I just feel like I'm gonna put this on my head. Sorry if my cheeks seem like overly blushed. I have no blush on right now. It is because I'm wearing a nice warm sweater, but I'm kind of cozy, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna look like I put 80s blush on my cheeks, and it's maybe a little overdone, but I also think it's the lip color really pulling out some of that red in my face. So then you get their lip mask, which is like, I'm a little like, because like, look at, can we see that bottom? Like, you're not really, why do you have such a big product when it's not? Like, I feel like that's a little misleading. And I'm just done with packaging, I think, after Christmas. So no pores, pore primer. So I'll definitely give that a try. You get their essence treatment. So I think it's just kind of like a toner, basically. And then you get, a cleansing oil, as well as their, cream to smooth redness from Dr. Jart. So I do kind of like that one, and we'll sometimes put it on pimples. So just taking this cleansing oil, let's take off this lip. It's definitely like oily. So hopefully I feel like the Joker a little. Okay. So like, I'm definitely oily. The lipstick is somewhere on my hands because it's getting on my nice white packaging. Let's see how these Sephora kind of cleansing wipes do. So this was like the Fenty Beauty lipstick. So to be quite honest, I wasn't really liking these. I was like, maybe for like cleansing your face, you know, like if your face feels kind of dirty and whatnot, you can kind of wipe away with things. But kind of taking off makeup, I didn't really think. But if you use an oil cleanser and then these, like it took off that lipstick around my face. And if we saw it, it was definitely like the Joker came to town. I'm always like, do I have anything on my teeth? Because I'm paranoid. Because normally I do. So I think it's like a nice oil cleanser. It really like brought up that lipstick, right? And you just need something to... Oh my god, what a loss for words of simple things. So I think it was a nice oil cleanser that it kind of like brought things up, and then you just needed a second cleanser to kind of remove that oil. I apparently can't do two things at once. I'm just so excited to have a little break from work during the holidays. Not like the full time off, but I get some time off, so I will take whatever I can get. So I'm kind of happy with that. So I definitely think it's worthwhile to check out for some of those favorite kits right now. Like check to see if they have things that like come up that are past kits that they've had. So this was Tokyo to Tokyo, right? So South Korea and Japanese beauty. And I really do think like they do well with skincare, so it's always nice to try out those new things. So I did get the Ampika straightener brush. So I have a straightener brush that I got from Groupon back when kind of before Tiffany Haddish kind of brought Groupon back to the market and stuff like that, because I think when Groupon first came out, people are kind of like, oh, Groupon, and then like it kind of died out, and then she brought it back. So during that time, I got one of these that sucks. So I'll kind of do a comparison against the two of them if I still have it. I will definitely kind of throw it away. I keep trying to sell things on like Kijiji and nobody wants it. So I think like, oh, I'm just going to donate it to like kind of some of those like Goodwills, because they're still like working, and why not someone... Like, I think, like, instead of throwing it in the trash, maybe someone will like it. Maybe it'll work for someone else's hair type. Ugh. So this was on sale. So it says $165. It was on sale for $132, plus that 20% off. So that's kind of nice. So with sales tax in Ontario, it's basically like an extra 7% off. And whatnot. So you get one of their humidity sprays. So let's just, it's definitely, it smells nice, but it's definitely like a weird spray, because like it's kind of like, so it could just be old. It could kind of be in that cold, but I think it did help with frizz, so that's nice. I do like, I always call it Ampika. There's no P. Amika. So one of their hair masks. So I'll definitely try that one out. I've used it before. I like it, but I just need to really think about how things really work. I have a detangler. So I do have, I feel like I have this one already. Like I feel like I have some of these products. I definitely have had a small size of their dry shampoo, and I like it. Yeah, so that's like a better spray. It does kind of give you like that white cast, so you don't want to go too heavy-handed. And then I have a volumizing and matte, so I'm just going to kind of, it does have some texture in it. Let's just spray it. So kind of spraying at that root. So I think it did give some volume. It's going to kind of give you that grit, so your hair will kind of poof. I like my hair kind of more like sleek or like just beachy waves. But I definitely think for like, if this actually works, then it's a great kind of kit, and it's really worth value. Because I think kind of like for $100 for one of these that works, like I kind of think like hair tools kind of cost in around that $100 mark. So everything else is just kind of gravy. So I did get, I like kind of was like, I need to use my 20% on things. So I did get the hair caviar. So I've used smaller samples and I kind of liked it. So I thought, for getting it, it was $50 on sale plus that 20%. I thought, why not try it out, right? It's kind of that like anti-aging, hopefully restorative to help my poor hair. And that, bring my box of goodies up. So I did get another Sephora hair mask. So this is like a good one if you're like, oh, I need to kind of hit that $50 mark, because sometimes I think they strategically price things out to be like, you need to add something, but there's really nothing worth $2. And they do this. So I do like their hair mask, and what's really nice about it is it comes kind of with that cap, so it really works great for kind of leaving any hair mask in overnight, and you can kind of get multiple use out of the cap, not really the product, but you can use other hair masks and kind of keep your pillow all nice and clean. So I'm definitely bummed about those two samples, but I've made multiple purchases to get some samples. And then like, I think I just need to do a challenge of like just using sample sizes of things and whatnot. So definitely like when you're looking at samples, I did kind of pick up Drunk Elephant and try and look at like what you would use and what's the most bang for your buck, as well as just trying out new things if you're interested in it. And that, let me go. So they had Black Up, and this is in LM01, so it's supposed to be no transfer matte lipstick. So let's see. Yeah, it's just like their, I think like liquid matte is what the LM stands for. So it's kind of like an interesting shape, like it little goes in a little. Sometimes I find it hard to like determine like what's that shade really gonna look at on me. And I know they kind of have like take a picture, but I feel like it's never the same as in real life, in person. So a nice kind of nudie lip that I thought would be nice kind of for winter. But what's kind of cool is you can mix the colors. Like it does say you can mix it. It says it's lightweight, creamy texture, and it should last you kind of all day. It says it's quick drying, but not really. Has to see where it is, but I think it's a nice color, and it's not too overly drying. I did get the Sephora liquid, so this is their cream stains. I've gotten the red one before, and I kind of thought like, oh, it's just like a cream, but it does kind of dry down, so I'm hoping it's that same kind of formula, because they go with some of these names, but it's never like really on to kind of remember. So we have that red shade in 01. We have a brown shade, like a brownie plum. And this is in 43. Then kind of like a nudie shade. That's and 40, as well as kind of like a raspberry pink shade. So I think the shades are nice. So I'm hoping these kind of will dry down. They have that stain element. I don't know if it was just because that red will kind of stain and stay. I did get their new lychee mask, so I'm excited to try that out. Hydrating and brightening, as well as Saturday Skin, their probiotic power mask, and it does have like these little things floating inside it, but I don't know what they do. If they're just stickers, or like their boost. I'm not too sure. I like, look at that packaging. Like, I think this would be like if you're still having to do any gift exchanges. Like, I know it's after Christmas, but like sometimes you didn't see people. I think just to pick up like a couple of nice sheet masks is a nice kind of gift, because then you can even just be like, if you know they're not going to use it, be like, oh, let's get together and do sheet masks together. And then you can use it for yourself, and secretly, like, you bought yourself a gift, but you seem generous. Like, I don't do that. I normally, right? I'm probably the person who's like, let's do some sheet masks together and stuff like that. And I like to put it on my sister's husband, of like making him do beauty things. Because like, why not? Like, you don't have to like me. I can just torture you. So I did get some $25 samples of things. So I got from Philosophy their mattifying clay toner. So I'm interested to give that a try. From Juice Beauty, their exfoliating spray. From Charlotte Tilbury, I think they had a lipstick. So kind of like Charlotte Tilbury Brie. It's just something so expensive that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try as I get the hiccups. So it's definitely like really tiny, right? I don't know if like she's really worth any of that hype as much as it is. It is kind of like a nice pigmented lipstick. I don't really wear lipsticks, but I was like, nope, I want to have something of hers. So I think they do a good marketing campaign. And then I did, so some of these I think were 100-point items as well. I need to keep better track of things. I'm just a shopaholic where I'm like, oh, this was a 100-point item, where I did get this in my 12 days of masking and liked it. So I was like, for 100 points, I will pick up another sample of it. as well as I got the Moroccan oil body oil. So you're supposed to apply a little at night, apply in upward strokes to help with blood flow. So I do like their hair oil, at least. So it does kind of have that same smell as their hair oil. So if you do like body oil, I think it's nice. So it says to put it on at nighttime. So I think I'll kind of put this on my chest area just because I feel like it gets a little dry down there, right? So it's nice to have them nice and moisturized. Not that anyone else other than myself is kind of looking at them. But still pamper yourself. So they do dry down, the Sephora kind of lipsticks, right? You might get a little bit of transfer with it. Testing out this one again. Like there's still like a little coming off. So definitely not 100% transfer proof. And like not that bad. So like it's not 100%, but it's still pretty good. They did have the, I'm gonna say this so wrong and I'm so sorry, Farcelli jelly bean. And like it doesn't help if I hear other people say these words. Like it just still doesn't work. I say like a couple, like I say words wrong just as like I call it milk instead of milk and like not changing it. So definitely kind of so like for this, for $50, I was like, no, I don't think it's worth it. They did have a smaller size for $28, but I was like, I don't really like liquid highlights. But then when it went on sale for $25 plus 20% off, like, yeah, I'm picking it up. So I'm glad I was able to pick it up. Right, and it is kind of nice packaging and whatnot, and like not a bad highlighter, right, to use. So sometimes patience pays off because there's other things that I bought and now they're on sale and I was like, ugh, I should have waited. But it's hard to know what's kind of going on sale. I did also get the Guerlain Paris primer with the gold flakes, because I don't know if this is the one that people are talking about, but I know like people are like, ooh, gold flakes and things. So I was like, I need to try it. So even if this is kind of like that knockoff, I can no longer remember anything. My brain is just totally fried. And I don't know why. I honestly feel like a puppy of like, oh, what's everything? Just with so much like going on, but really like nothing going on. So it's a nice kind of primer, just putting it on my hands at that top, right? It does give you a little bit of glitter, but very like micro. And like, I think it'd be nice and flattering. Like it's not looking like I just put glitter. It's just like a nice little dewy look that it's giving. Like you'll see a little bit of that reflectiveness. I also did pick up a 500 point item. So I did, again, with my 12 days of masking, I tried this one and liked it. So I was like, okay, I want to try that out. As well as, like, I've gone really into peels. So I'm hoping this one is like circular motions. I never read up on things because I just like reading. Their anti-aging cleanser is pretty nice. So I have used that before, as well as they have like a moisturizer. So I think it's kind of like a nice set in there, right? I kind of think like sometimes with the 500 point items, I still want it to come with 5 things, because then it's like 100 points each, but this only came with 4. So I don't necessarily know how much it's worth it. But also like skincare is sometimes a little bit more expensive than makeup, and you're just like, ah. Then my last item that I am excited for and excited to try out is the OA and Friday or Summer Fridays. So you have their mask as well as like a headband. Oh, I thought the headband would be a little bit cuter, but it's more like spa-like. I love myself a good headband, and like a mask can never go wrong. You know what? I knew it was more interesting. So it's like, oh my god, I can't. Chilling. Like, bam, moving my light over. Chilling out, masking, relaxing. Shooting some people outside of school. Moving my light back over. Like, I hope that was the reference, because that's what I got. But it just makes me feel so old sometimes, like, working with, like, kids and some of the references that they don't get. Because I do kind of teach swimming and how to be a swimming instructor as, like, a side job as well. Like, I was like, you know, we want to make sure kids aren't acting like Free Willy. And they're like, what does that mean? And I was like, what? How have I seen this movie? Like, I feel like kids today, some of you guys, like, you need to go back and watch some of those, like, 90s movies, because, like, some of them are just classic. Like, there's so much pop culture reference back in the day from things that, like, you're just missing out. Like, they just need to kind of, like, Free Willy, like Casper, like, there's just some movies out there that have, like, that I feel like kids should have to watch, just because, like, it has some great stuff to it and whatnot, because there was just something like just movies back in the day from what they are now. Like, some of them were so, like, corny, so predictable, but, like, they were just great for, like, what they were. They all kind of had that theme. So, back to my haul of things. So, like, I do hope that was, like, a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference, and that people, like, hopefully they know Will Smith over his, like, children more so, because I think he's still, like, one of the top actors kind of out there, paid actors, and in so many different things. But again, focus self. That was my Sephora haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you picked up any cool things from the Sephora sale. One thing that I was like, is I did kind of pick up, like, my tart pineapple, like, I think it still was on sale, but before the 20% off came. And I was like, no. And I kind of want to be like, let me return it. But I just don't want to do Sephora like that. Like, I appreciate that they let me return things that, like, I'm not liking after using it, because some companies don't do that and they have a really bad return policy. So I don't want to, like, exploit Sephora for having a good one, right? Because I do appreciate that, like, you know what, if you're not liking something, you can return it, versus like, oh, I just want to kind of get my money back. I'm happy with it being on sale. And I think it's something, if you, like, I think it's good Tarte quality. that's kind of worth picking up for the price of like $55 plus 20% off. Again, my prices are for Canada and that. So I hope you guys enjoyed my haul. Again, let me know what you picked up and if you enjoy using them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.